Okay, so continuing on from the last episode, or part rather, wouldn't really call it episodic series. So recapping the last few things I talked about, Infection, again, I'm not a big fan of Infection, but it seems fine in this game. If you like Infection, you'll probably like this version and that it's finally in the game. The new maps, I would give the BTB map like a 7 or an 8. I think it's decent. I would give the arena map like a 5. I think it's kind of mid. I think it looks great. I think they both look great. I'm just not a big fan of the way the arena one plays from what I have played on it so far. I think the BTB one's a little bit more enjoyable in that aspect. So yeah, they have the events with all the items and stuff. That same usual stuff. Ranked updates with the maps, which I think is good. Switching around some different values with the weapons there and stuff like that, and different things. Oh, the Ranked Slayer. They added Ranked Slayer as the rotational playlist, but you know, that's already gone. By the time this video is coming up, that's already gone. It's rotated to ranked doubles now, and I can't get games in the secondary ranked playlists anyways. I can't. I've tried, so I don't really care about this. I can't get games in them. I've tried. It just doesn't work. I don't know. I just always can't find a game. They added some new Forge stuff, which is cool. I think the coolest thing here for me is the water plane. It's just static, so you know, if you run like tires of a vehicle, or you know, even your footsteps over it, it's not anything crazy like interaction with it. So it's pretty basic, but it's still a big step forward. Like having a water, even if it's just a static water object, like having a water object in Forge is huge. So that's great, and also a bunch of other like mostly Forerunner objects and visual effects and stuff like that. Overall, a lot of the Forge updates seem pretty good, like more accurate budget menus, so you can kind of see what you're working with there. Yeah, a lot of the options there seem nice. If you have the series consoles, you can get ray tracing options for shadows and stuff. That's pretty cool. And that about, as far as like the updates and stuff, that about rounds it out. So I pretty much just rolled through all of it there. So now there's other stuff that I want to talk about in this one. So the playlist that we've been watching in the background, Squad Battle. This is a playlist that they put in the game a week or two. I think it might have been a week ago, but I'm not 100% sure. A week or two ago. And what the playlist is it's various BTB game types on these classic, in particular, in this playlist, Halo 3 BTB maps. So you got Valhalla, you've got Rat Nest. I really hope that's correct. I said it in the last part too. I get Rat Race and Rat Nest confused all the time. I hope that's the right one. Either way, you can see the map on the screen. That's the one we're watching right now. You can tell what map it is. The map knows what it is. It can... I forgot the quote. Anyways, so yeah, it's that map and Zanzibar. So I think this playlist is pretty good. I'm not a BTB guy generally, and there are things that frustrate me with this playlist, like it can be annoying when you get another team that like really controls the vehicles and your team like doesn't do anything about it, and you know, that's just a thing, especially playing solo. Like that's just a thing that's gonna happen. So there are times where this playlist can be frustrating, but in general, this squad battle playlist with these 3 classic maps, I think has been really fun. Oh, it's 8v8 as well, so it's like the classic BTB player count. I should say that too. It's 8v8 as well. I think this playlist is really fun. Generally, again, there's times where it can be frustrating, but for the most part, I have a good time here getting this like classic BTB action. I think a big part of it, honestly, is just the maps. And I don't know like the gamer tags of the forgers that worked on these remakes. But whoever you are, shout out to those guys. I'm sure they probably had some help too. I doubt it was like a solo project for any of them. Maybe it was. But yeah, for whoever worked on these, great job. Like these are very well done. Just like the aesthetic, not just the aesthetic, like the aesthetic of them is great. And some of them are a little bit closer to the original. Some of them have a little bit of fun, like the Zanzibar remake is pretty close to the original, but there's also some fun objects in there. You know, having some fun with the Infinite Forge objects. Like there's almost like a picnic bench with like some sandwiches on it or something somewhere. I don't know, there's some fun stuff on that. But for the most part, like aesthetically and just the flow, the way the maps play, the way they look, like whoever remade these did a great job. And these maps are great, and they play very well. And I don't dislike the Infinite BTB Well, I was gonna say maps, but just the mode in general, because the mode kind of matters too. Like, it's different. It's 12v12 as well, and the vehicle options. Like, the infinite BTB is very different. I don't entirely dislike it, but there are some aspects of it that I think we can all agree where it kind of lacks compared to original BTB, and it definitely feels very different. Like, it is not the same thing. So even though you have BTB in this game, technically, the feel of it is very different because it's just naturally a different mode. The way the maps are designed, again, the player count, the way the vehicles spawn, it's just very different. This playlist is that classic player count, classic maps, classic vehicle function, just that old BTB feel, and it's good. It's good. Again, it's really fun. Like, this is some of the most fun I've had with this game in a minute, and I've been playing it pretty consistently. And I haven't really, like, had a game yet where I was like, damn, I'm like done with this. Like, I keep wanting to play it. It's pretty fun. So I think they did a great job with the squad battle playlist. I think 343 did a good job putting it in the game, Lamau, because it was really the Forgers that did all the work. I guess 343 provided the tools, but yeah, shout out to the community for this playlist, essentially. And this is the stuff that I was hoping for with this game. And this is where, like, when they added Forge, like, I thought once we could, you know, have stuff like this, that this game could get a lot better, because there's just so many different options with the Forge in this game. And this playlist is really, like, proving it. This playlist is really showing, like, what can be done with the Forge in this game, and, like, how many different... You know, even without 343 creating dev stuff, once Forge is in the game, there's still so many things they can add in playlist-wise from the community that can, like, keep this game fresh and keep people coming back to this game, and give, you know, different ways to play it, and different opportunities, different maps to explore, different modes, all that stuff. And this playlist really shows that, which is funny because I'm talking about all this new stuff. I mean, this playlist isn't really new, right? It's really just, like, remake maps and classic style. But that's new to Infinite, though. Like, even though it's not new entirely, it's a new experience to this game. And it kind of breathes a lot of life into it, so... I've been having a lot of fun with it. I hope if they don't keep this playlist permanent, I hope they keep it on for at least a month. And then give it a break, and maybe, like, when they bring it back, add in a new set of BTB maps. Like, I want to try Blood Gulch. I want to try Blood Gulch with this. I think that'd be really cool. There's other BTB maps that you could go for, too. But just that classic Blood Gulch, if we could get a really good, you know, look on that map... and try it out with this setup, with this game type. I think that'd be really cool. I'm sure there's plenty of Halo 2 and Halo 3 maps that, you know, you guys would like to check out as well, and those would be cool as well. But that pretty much wraps it up for what I want to talk about on Squad Battle. I don't have... There's not as much to say because it's positive, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have as much to say about it because my general opinion is like, it's pretty good, you know? It's pretty good. Like, just do more stuff like this. Oh, the last thing. So... discussed all that other stuff. I wanted to say the racing thing, because I don't know if I've said anything about it. I think I've said stuff about it on stream. I don't know if I've said anything in a video, but it's still chalked. Armada can vouch for me, so Armada, if you watch this, please vouch in the comments, because he can vouch for me. I don't have the footage, but we tested it one afternoon, because he mentioned it. He was like, yeah, you know, we're going to test this stuff, and I was like, yeah, you know what, let's just do it. Like, hop on right now and just give it a quick test. So it's just me and him. And I figured, like, if it was in a 2-player lobby with just us, if it was chalked then there's no way it'd be better in a bigger lobby, so there'd be no point in it. And it was chalked, and he can vouch for me on that. It was chalked. Same old stuff. Within 2 or 3 laps, the classic, like, force push where I hit, like, the invisible wall clip that I use a lot. You know, that classic clip. I had something, like, exactly like that happen on his track. I've never had it happen on his track before. Had it happen on there. I loaded up... the track that DTL and I co-forged. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but the one, we did race it in the season. It was the 3rd race that we raced. It has that jump. It was in, like, the end of the track countdown. It was like the teaser. That track, I loaded that up, and it was ruined. Well, the track was fine, but, like, my pit boxes were ruined, and a lot of the objects, a lot of the aesthetics on the track were ruined. A lot of the things were just messed up, and I promise you I've not touched that track. So yeah, the racing, like the lag and stuff, Armada can vouch for that side of it, and I can just tell you from my experience with the Forge thing, I don't know what happened with the loading or the saving of that map, but that really bothered me, obviously. And then again, like testing it with Ramda, it was the same lag stuff. It didn't feel any better at all. So yeah, when I was saying like the test for every season, that was the test. I know it was just a small thing with me and him, but trust me, it's not worth getting a lobby together. It's literally a waste of time right now. I'm sorry, it just is. We tested it. We could already tell. It's just if it's that bad with us too, there's no way it's better in a lobby, and it's just still not ready yet. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So there you go. There's your update on that. Hopefully, you know, look forward to Season 5. Maybe do something. Probably not. So overall, now that we're at the end here, Season 4 is another solid season. Like the last 2 seasons of Infinite, as you'd hope, have easily been the best. This one is another good one, another step in the right direction. It's not the craziest thing. It's not like the best stuff, but overall, it's good. It's a good step in the right direction. I hope they continue with this into Season 5. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you later.